where does your software solution fit into the ecosystem that EFI or eProductivity offers?
Well, our software fits in with everything prior to printing. So everything from receiving art, managing the project, all the way through editing and then layout to the presses. So anything involved with prepping the art in order to be printed and output.
So are you working directly with the creatives to make sure that the products themselves are prepared properly in their print files? And is there a check within your system to make sure that they are?
Yes, so our system, well, primarily pre-press operators use our software, so they receive the artwork from their creatives and then they receive that artwork, but they have to make it print ready and be able to print it out on a press. And so that's where our software comes in. We have powerful tools for editing artwork, finding common errors, really making that process much more efficient and non-manual.
So obviously there are MIS systems that you need to work with and probably are confronting very different configurations of it in each instance. Kind of a two-part question. What is the typical size of the company that you're dealing with, and what is the degree of integration that you are discovering?
That's a good question. We have customers they range from very small customers to the largest in the industry. So it really does scale. Our software scales from small two-person shops to the very largest ones. We have really good connectivity to front-end MIS systems. We have a standard integration with EFI's Radius system as well as a few others. So we have those tools. If a system wants to be connected with, then we can pass data back and forth into our pre-press tools so that it really cuts down on the double entry of data, extra manual steps that really just waste time. We like to cut out any of those steps that are redundant and also reduce errors in the process as well.
So when a report is generated from it, how are you monitoring it so that you might be able to offer improvements for their workflow so that you could be proactive about discussing with them how to improve a KPI or be able to make something work a little more efficiently from the work that you've been doing with other providers and suggesting and being proactive about that?
Yes, so from catching those errors, we produce reports on each file. It's a whole complete customizable report as far as what maybe a pre-press operator needs to see, and then that can be passed back to a customer. We can create those very quickly, and so it can basically loop back right to the art generator, the art house, and they can fix any problems right away. And so it cuts down on that. It might take a day for someone to manually get to a piece of art, where someone could upload it to our software and it could be pre-flighted immediately and get instant feedback on it.
Excellent. What kind of skill sets are required by a printer to be able to not just use this software, but to maintain it without having to call support all the time?
Good question. So we have a couple of different lines of software. On the editing side of things, we have a whole suite of plugins for Illustrator, and so those are very easy to step into. It's a comfortable environment for anyone who's familiar with the Adobe products. So that's our one side of the editing suite. We also have a standalone PDF editor for higher end pre-press. We can tear into any object in a PDF and be able to edit that. And then that works hand in hand with our server-based software, so automated workflow and project management, that kind of thing.
And so is this installed on the company's ERP system, or are you a cloud-based service? How is that configured, or are there choices?
There's a lot of choices, and it really depends on where our customers want to go with that. We recently have introduced a cloud-based workflow system, so taking our automation engine pre-press workflow, and we've made that cloud-based. And so between that and being able to have distributed editors, we can really cater to this newer market where people are working from home or going back and forth from the office to home. Now they can access through our SaaS solution, automation engine, automated workflows from home or from any location, and then also be able to use our editors to fix artwork. Really, it makes that whole process very flexible and and fast, which is what companies are looking for today.
Right, so this plays a part in a high degree of automation. I'm curious, what is, describe your support profile post-installation for somebody, what, how it's charged or what's supported in terms of making sure that they've got the knowledge necessary to run the software and fixing any problems that come up, in a manufacturing environment. What is your post-installation support level?
Good question. Well, that's at least as important as getting it installed. We do have a full support department, so when customers maintain a contract with us, a support contract, then they have telephone support. We are very used to remoting into servers or workstations, fixing software that way. Most problems are problems that we can fix just remotely, and that's all through telephone support and remote computer access.
So, and Esko is a globally dispersed company, and so you can support people just about anywhere in the world. Describe that infrastructure, if you will.
So we have US-based support, but really if it needs to be escalated beyond what we handle here in the US, then it can be sent over to Belgium, where our main office is, where our development is, and we can escalate any of those problems up the chain depending on the complexity.
All right. And what are you guys looking for from EFI Connect and the new spin-off of eProductivity?
That's a good question. We like to be here and be able to show our products to customers. We integrate with EFI, and we think that customers of EFI's products will benefit from ours as well, and so we just like to get our visibility out there, be able to introduce more automation on the upfront side of things, be able to quickly process artwork, and really minimize the time that it takes to get the art from receiving it and out to a press. With digital presses and the swing to digital presses in the industry, it's really how fast can you get the artwork prepped and out on that press, and our software really helps with that.
Excellent, excellent. As far as, are you excited to be back in front of people? It's been a while due to COVID and things. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's exciting to be back in person in a big conference like this. I enjoy EFI Connect and just being able to see people in person. It's much different than doing everything over remote calls, and so yeah, I enjoy it. Excited to see our customers in person.
Excellent. Thank you very much, and hope you have a really good show.
Thank you.
Thank you.